lock it down when people got to come over here to YouTube. I didn't even let Twitter or YouTube or Facebook even get on this today.
Yeah, I quit doing Twitter and Facebook too. I only do Real Talk with Rosebud. That's Blog Talk and
Yeah,
YouTube.
I never liked Twitter, man. For some reason, I never could get used to Twitter for some reason.
Your views and stuff. If you kind of go on your views to see how it's going, the views are just so different as far as the way you can monitor them.
Yeah, it's just
They're not all there. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on Twitter looking for shit. Fuck that, man. On probably this channel, and I know Blog Talk, and I know StreamYard. When you do your show, all the comments and everything coming on the screen,
right.
while you doing it. So that's what's cool.
Yeah, PB, what's going on, family? Yeah, man. This said I like this restream, man. I really like it. It makes it real convenient.
I'm learning it as I deal with you on it, because I never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Because like I said, every streaming place can be in one location. I can bring everybody right here and be everything on one location.
Yeah.
What's going on? Come on up in here.
And get ready to be laced.
Man. We'll get started in a few minutes. Let the room fill up a little bit, folks. Let you guys know that Schauntte wanted to be here both days, but he's been dealing with some personal things that are far more important than this right here, considering his mom, who's 94 years old, and she's priority, man. And so he's taking care of what he should take care of first, and that's mom's, boy. To be able to have a mom that's 94 years old is the biggest blessing in the world, man. It is amazing.
The entire world, man.
Man.
You know, just past Sunday, whenever it was, he was actually able to say Happy Mother's Day, man.
Wow, that's heavy, man.
Hug, man. And he's 74.
Damn, I know, but damn, man.
Saying shit, man, we blessed, man.
That's blessed, man.
Yeah.
Have moms here like that? Wow. Sheesh.
And in reality, I mean, you know, she older, so things gonna happen, but she ain't got nothing really wrong with her.
That's a blessing, man.
Her, you know, she's sane. You know, joke with her brother.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Kev, for that blessing, loved one. Yeah, man. That's amazing, man. Wow. That's good, man. You see, that's why he's 74. He got good longevity. And yeah, you guys got that good longevity, man, for real. Hey, man, do you know, I don't know if you ever knew my uncle, because my uncle, I mean, he was everywhere. He's from LA, but, you know, I mean, he was everywhere, but he liked being in Hawaii for a long time. But his name is Andre Taylor. I don't know if you know my uncle. I told him I wanted to come on one time.
Man, bring him on, because it seemed like I remember. I was finna say that's you, but
yeah,
but it seemed like I remember Andre Taylor when I was in Hawaii.
That's right. That's my uncle, man. And if you saw his face, you'll remember him.
Yeah, I remember that name when I was in Hawaii, man. Mm-hmm. He was I ain't gonna say really tall, but he was a little taller than me. But he was one of them OG type approach to the game.
Because he learned it from my dad.
Yeah. I was just gonna say he was like your dad, man.
He learned it from my dad. Yeah.
I remember him, man.
Yeah, man.
I remember him.
He remember you because he got to be around. He's about 74 right now himself.
Yeah, he was there with us, and he was. Oh, I remember that name.
Yeah,
real smooth, brother. Just like your dad.
Yeah.
Just like your dad, man.
Like Pop.
Yeah. Hey, that's what your dad did. He wanted the elegance and the suaveness of the game to endure.
Yeah.
I don't even think I ever heard Mel raise his voice.
No, that just wasn't his energy. He just wasn't his energy, man.
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard him raise his voice, man.
Yeah, that just wasn't him. And then let me tell you, when I was growing up, man, you know, if I had an issue, as I was talking to him about something, because my uncle and I, we really didn't. My uncle, you know, he had did like 20 years for murder, and so he did all the prison, San Quentin, and you know, he was one of them original BGF, all them. So you know, he spent a lot of his time when my dad was doing, you know, his thing, and so he missed a lot of it, you know. But and my grandmother, you know, took me on, and I think that he kind of felt jealous of that, right? So he just never really kind of liked me a lot. But I understood because I told my dad about it. And let me tell you one thing I learned from my dad. No matter what I said about somebody, he would never, ever say anything bad about nobody.
He wouldn't take your side.
He would never do it, man. And I'm like, Dad, the man is just a trip. And he would never, man. And that's just one thing I learned about my dad, man. He would never, ever, man, say anything bad, man. I'd be like,
I don't know him like that, but I think he was just completely against anything negative energy.
he wasn't gonna do it, man.
Yeah.
Even I know I'm his main son, man, and he got children and everything, but you know, I'm with my dad most of the time, and I'm like, Dad, this is me though, you know. Uncle Tony is tripping, man. Tony's tripping. He said, well, you know, son, you know, he always gonna make an excuse for somebody, man, about why they could be the way that they are.
But it ain't an excuse. It's just the
I
other way,
felt it was though
the
at the
other
time.
way of seeing things.
Yeah, at
Because
the way
that was male. You
that
know,
was him, man. That was
the way
him.
the way you see it ain't got to be it.
Yeah, because it wouldn't, not in his eyes. So you know,
I'm just saying, on this side of the street it looked like this, but over on
right,
that side of the
right,
street it
right.
looked totally different.
That's real. That's real.
And Mel, he was a true believer. I never thought this before, man, but talking to you right now, that's something about Mel that I can say. He was a true believer in that. There's way more than your view going on
Yeah,
at
that's
any
right.
one time.
That's right. And that's exactly how he was, man. And he was a giver. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, the man was a giver. I learned to be a giver by my dad, man. And he just had class. He would always got me into Shakespeare at a young age because he'd be quoting Shakespeare and all this. And I'd be like, man, I want to be like this man. This man is the most brilliant man I've ever known in my life, man. I was like, man, the man was just phenomenal, man. And never gave me a break. Even if I did something unmanly, boy, he gonna let me know. That was the worst shit in the world because he elevated manhood above everything. And if I did anything, he'd be like, man, that ain't no man shit you doing there, son. And that was like a gunshot to me for my dad to tell me I
Tell
wasn't
you
being no
that.
man.
He'll tell you that. Oh man.
Oh man, I'm like, man, shit, you know. So
I
yeah,
remember. I remember. I gave him. I was writing this book, and I thought this opening that I wrote was really good. And when I gave it to him, uh, it was something about when time started. It was all darkness or whatever. However, I introduced it, I forgot.
yeah.
But when he called me about it, he was really emotional. He said, "Man, that was beautiful."
Wow.
Now, this wasn't even, well, it was part of the book, but it really wasn't part of the book. I was just trying to set up my version of how time started.
Sure.
You know, so now I was just thinking of this as I was writing it, and of course I made it sound, feel real. But what he liked about it was the theory, the theory of what I'm saying and how the Earth got to spinning.
Wow.
Because I went that far back. The Earth stood still.
Wow.
And these two dudes, not dudes, they were entities, and they had always been together. But at one point, one of the entities wanted to travel, that he could travel mentally. The other entity wanted to stay here and just do what he'd been doing, so shit would stay the same. Now, when the one that started traveling ended up getting these new ideas, he would bring that shit back and start talking to the other one about it, and the other one would always get upset. I don't want to hear it. So they fell out. And when they fell out, they immediately knew they shouldn't have separated and they tried to get back together, but their forces had fully developed in that short time, and like magnets, they repelled each other and they couldn't come together. But that started the Earth to spin.
Wow, wow, that's heavy, man.
And I'm saying, you know, with that, that's how come Mel, he loved it, man.
Yeah, that's
He
heavy.
loved it, man. He just really loved how I answered all them damn questions as far as not being theological.
That's heavy. I know he appreciated that, man.
He
I
did,
know
man.
like
He
that. I
really
know
did.
he appreciated that, man.
He just
Yeah.
told me it was beautiful, Rosebud. That's all I can tell you. It was beautiful.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, man. Well, anyway, Bud and I is here, man. Yeah. Welcome, everybody.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Dre, check this out. The other day, I told you about my daughter and stuff, and you said, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. You need to talk about that, son. I ain't gonna really just talk about it, but I am gonna talk about how I got to really see life the way I see it. Because when I came to the game, of course, I had my views, and none of them just like really, really changed. They just they got better, my view.
Mm-hmm.
But that nigga Schauntte, I ain't ashamed to say I got a lot about him from that nigga. But what I got that I am most proud from that nigga is how to be a dad.
Wow.
I'm serious, man. I saw what I'm finna tell you with my own eyes. We would be out, you know, doing what we do, you know what I'm saying, to go to the after hours, blah, blah, blah. We in the after hours fucking around drunk, you know, blowing cane, smoking weed. That nigga, something bring that nigga's attention to his watch. And you look and see, oh man, it's 7 o'clock. It's almost 7 o'clock. I gotta go. I don't care. This nigga would get up and leave.
Wow.
And I said, man, you finna leave. I used to think he was making his son a punk. But I said, man, let that nigga grow up and get his hard knocks. He said, man, too much shit happened at the bus stop. My boy ain't going. And he would say, fuck you, bud, I'm gone. But every sports activity, every party he wanted to go to, every whatever, Schauntte took him and picked him up. Took him and his friends and picked him up. I'm telling you, man, we'd be out fucking with hoes. And the time for him to come pick the son up. Oh, man, I'm gone. Woo, woo, woo. Now, I said all that to say, when I got my daughter, which was several years later, I'd be damned if I wasn't the exact same way.
Wow.
Because every damn thing he was saying made hella sense. Because I don't want shit happening. I don't want her to be no punk, but I know shit do be happening at the bus stop. I picked my daughter up. I used to go meet the parents of her friends and tell them I'm the designated driver. You guys ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm going to pick them up and I'm going to take them. And as long as they do what they supposed to do, you ain't got to worry about nothing but them getting home. Wow. And they loved me for that. Yeah. But I got that responsibility from this wild nigga that I was fucking with. This nigga was wild out there. You understand? You ain't saying shit to this nigga. And I had to climb this nigga down a lot. Nigga, why you always want to fight? And the nigga said, because I'm a short nigga, man. You know, I ain't taking no shit. but me and this nigga was like opposites in that type of shit. But I'm telling you, the way he respected his mama, you know, he used to talk shit about his daughters. And he damn it talked about them like they was hoes. But yeah, his mama and I forget his Gwen, his brother's wife. He was a total different, full respect type nigga. Me and you are.
Wow, wow.
And he could be that way and walk out the door and down the steps and change that fast. And I don't know, that fascinated me, Dre.
Hey, bud, that's powerful, man. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Let me just say this. In American Pimp, you was talking about something, and you know, lesser of men didn't understand how powerful what you were saying when you were talking about, you wouldn't go get your little girl, and if she needed diapers, you go get the diapers, and you good to, and how powerful that was, man. And because they have an idea that this person that they've fictionalized is
I'm
some
gonna
monster.
idolize it. He don't do that.
Well, yeah, they fictionalize, idolize, and all kind of stuff. They don't understand that, like one of the greatest things that I think that I contributed to American Pimp is what my dad taught me, is that before you anything, you got to be a man. And so the premise of that, man, is what I relate to you and to others that I've built relationships with for, over 30 years, is that it wasn't the pimping that connected us. It's something my dad used to say, pimping is not what you do, is who you are. So it wasn't the pimping, it was the man that they were. And when you talk to me about, just about your daughter, man, and just how you love her and how you think about her. And I just thought it was important that the world would understand. You've touched on it before, but they would understand how so multidimensional you are as a man. They don't think that we can reach that deep. And I told them, I told you, I said, we have the capacity to love far greater than the average square because we've loved hoes, people that nobody has loved.
And Dre, let me tell you something, man. This is so true, but you saying it totally different than I would. But what you saying is the pimping, yeah, might have brought us together, just like basketball might bring basketball players together.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael Jordan and Kobe and LeBron, if they hung out, it's more than that they basketball players. It's that, in order to be this great motherfucker, you got to be thinking great all the time.
Mm,
And only great motherfuckers think great all the time.
man.
So the great motherfuckers can't be with just anybody, because you're going to get that unwilling or unconsciously, you're going to get down to their level if you communicate with them. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to always Dre, Schauntte, you, and right now, and maybe just y'all are the only people I really talk to.
Yeah.
Share, my thoughts with, because you just can't, I don't feel like I should risk, which is not a big risk, but it's just me not keeping protection or my moat around my castle. Mm-hmm. I gotta be this way so that I can always make myself think this way without having to wake up and remember what to think. Wow. Just automatic, the way you do it.
So that's beautiful, man. That's powerful, man. I just salute men across the board, man. And I just, what you said about, somebody else had said that to me like last week, is like you touched on it, that Schauntte, he would leave wherever and go make sure his baby was okay. 7, 8 o'clock, he gone, right? But they don't understand that dimension, right? They never attribute that to people like who they think we are.
But Dre, the big reason why is that to them, we represent motherfuckers that don't give a fuck.
Right.
But that's where they so wrong about us.
That's right. Right.
Because of all the shit we've been through, we give a fuck way more than they do.
Way more
than they do. Otherwise, it's my kid. But if I want to go to this party, blah, 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 that's how people think. No, this is my kid. Fuck the party I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm going to get my kid, period. And that's how I always have been with her. And she'll tell you that. She never was late. She never needed or missed anything because I made sure she had it, period. Dre, when I bought her that Barbie car in her elementary school, was like 2 blocks from where we lived. Dre, every morning, I would let her drive her car on the sidewalk to school because she always wanted to drive.
Right.
I would let her sit in my lap. 2 years old, she thinks she's driving. But what I'm saying is, I would let her drive her little car to school, and I'm going slow with her, damn near holding up traffic. And then when she get to school, I pick her car up, put it in my trunk, drive home, and when it was time to pick her up, I brought it back. Man, I'm not bragging about that. I'm saying that's how far we go.
Hey, man. Hey, I love it. If there's any bragging necessary, that's something to be bragging about, right? That's something to be bragging about. Man,
Man,
I
we go
remember.
all the way.
Hey, man, listen. This is when I was staying in Houston, man, and my I got about three of my kids with me, right? And my one little daughter, she's in junior high school, and she having a little struggle or whatever. What I do, I go to the school, man. I go to the school unannounced. I go in her classroom, sit down in her classroom with her. This is what we about to do, baby. You know what I'm saying? At any
Yeah.
moment, your daddy might show up because I'm about to be in this classroom. I did it several weeks at a time.
Straight out carry.
This is what this is. I'm about to be up in this classroom with you. This is about to happen. And the teachers were so blown away.
They loved it though.
They
They
loved it.
just fucking loved it because
They
that's what
loved
they
it,
want,
man.
somebody to care.
But you know what? I don't give a damn what they thought. I did it because that's who I was, and I wanted my daughter to understand you gonna be somebody, and I'm gonna make sure if I got to be up in this classroom with you, girl, you gonna be somebody,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So man, people just don't get it, man. But like I said, man, you talking to individuals. My mama was a hoe, my dad was a pimp in the game, and so I always had an affinity for hoes because I loved my mama. So it was easy for me to extend. It opened up a whole different level of love for me when I got into the game. I'm not saying you got to get in the game to develop that. I'm telling you how I developed it.
Dre,
Right?
let me say this. Now, as similar as we are, my upbringing was the absolute opposite.
Opposite. Yeah, absolutely.
My mama was, I hated church because she just God everything. God get all the money. God, whatever. And my dad was so goddamn strict. If he asked you something and you said you don't know, you got to whoop him.
Yeah.
Boy, you ain't even tried to answer. He'd say some shit like that.
Right.
But that put a lot in me, man. Nigga, you can't ask me shit that I don't answer.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm wrong, I'm going to have an answer. But what I'm saying is the way we came up, I guess you could say it was old school, hard knocks type situation, but it really and truly wasn't. It was just the way kids are supposed to be brought up, to have respect for this or that, to have fear of this or that. Why? Because our parents grew up in the slavery times, where if you ain't scared, you finna get killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a man to be scared, but now they grow up the opposite. Fuck this, fuck that. And what the police doing? What people doing now? Motherfucking people can goddamn choke you out on the damn subway. Talking about whatever they were scared of. Man, no. What I'm saying, the thought process that your pop put in you concerning however or whatever topics it was is the same emphasis my dad and mom put in me.
Yeah.
Because it was all about being a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't really about the times, because I'm sure my dad may be 30, 40 years older than your dad. But what I'm saying, it was about being a man.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You got to do this kind of shit you got to do what men do if you want to be a man. If you don't do what a man do, then how you gonna be a man?
Man, come on, man. You saying that right, man? Yeah. So look, man. Let me give you guys a little story, man. This is my dad. I've told it other time before, but I'm gonna tell you again. This is before my dad got into the game, and my dad's from Ohio. And because somebody in the chat wanted me to tell a story about my dad, so I'm gonna tell a little story. So my dad looked up to what I consider one of the founding fathers, Joe Langford, because he got an Ohio one. So my dad was hustling, doing hustling back then, right? And so sometimes he would see Joe Langford's holes, right? And they didn't make all their money. So he was a gambler, right? So He would gamble some money. They was out of pocket for even letting them do it, but he was gambling some money and get their money right. And he'd go sleep with them and everything, have sex with them. You know what I'm saying? And he thought he was doing something. So he said one day, there's a barbershop where all the pimps go, right? He said one day he feeling real powerful, so he go in there. He go into the barbershop, get his hair cut, where all the pimps are. He's slick, he feel. He say Joe Langford up there getting his hair cut. And Joe talk real slow. He say Joe Langford was in the chair and Joe started talking. And Joe said, if these little niggas around here will stop fucking on a pimp hoes, maybe a pimp will get some money around here. He said he sunk into the chair like this.
Hey, you know something, man? That's what this game does, man. I ain't thought of Joe Langford in a fucking long time.
Man.
When I met Joe Langford, he had to be 70. And you're right, he was a boy, them damn hoes, he talking like that.
Yeah.
Them damn hoes ain't worth a plug nickel, But Joe Langford had hoes all the way up to about 80. He was in the monkey business, not when he died, but when something happened to him and he had just caught this young white broad. And it wasn't a heart attack, but it was something, and it was in the monkey business. And he say, carry me out. Just don't let me die because I got to send this bitch. Joe Langford, man.
Joe Langford,
we knew some legends.
Hey, I'm talking about, man. Listen, man, the pressure growing up, understanding them legends before us. Hey, man, you had to do the right shit, man. Yo ass, you did not want to have a bad name about you amongst people like that. You did not want to do it, man. You couldn't do it.
They wouldn't let you.
Man, listen, man. You wanted to measure up. You wanted your name to be synonymous with cats in this lifestyle that were beautiful, that were polished, man, and beautiful, man. I remember calling Johnny Moe.
Johnny Moe, goddamn.
Johnny Moe, baby. Hey. Boy, if y'all knew these giants.
You had to be 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. Hey, I knew these is giants you guys would never understand, man. Goodness gracious, man. Hey, man, the original Johnny Moe, man. I'm talking about Johnny Mojo Langford. I mean, just founding fathers, man. Just, man, guys that were so much class. I remember
all that shit you see on TV that Denzel, when he's this gangster and all that little shit, all that show off shit. These niggas you talking about really did that shit.
I'm talking about, man, y'all just don't understand.
Really did that shit the way, whatever that nigga, whoever he was playing in that movie. But I'm saying these niggas really did it.
Hey, I remember when my dad was telling me when the Magnificent Seven with Kim and Billy Diamond and, all them came out of Ohio. Yeah. My dad said damn near every hoe on Sunset belonged to a seven. And I remember when one of them sevens knocked Joe Langford for one of them hoes. You know what I'm saying? And Joe Langford that got her back. But he was just telling me it was such a time that, man, them niggas came up out of Ohio like a damn wildfire, man.
Hey, that's how Hollywood was.
Ooh.
If you could come and stay past a weekend, you was going to be a Hollywood nigga. Because Hollywood was a place that tore your ass up in 2 or 3 days. You going home when you come to Hollywood. But if you stay there a week, shoot, you about to be a Hollywood nigga, man. And if you get to be a Hollywood nigga, you going to start wanting to do all the best of every damn thing. I remember we used to go down Restaurant Roll and choose one of them restaurants to go to. And whoever owned the restaurant would treat us like royalty. Yeah. Why? Because that's the respect niggas like us had. We rolling Rolls Royces, all this kind of shit in the 70s, where Joe Langford and them was doing it in the 60s. Man, so it ain't like we doing something new, but the entrepreneurs were able to recognize that type of person when he pulled up in their establishment, and they would
Hey.
recognize, man. You
And
know
I
the way.
remember Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson told this joke one time, and he said, "I saw a funny thing today." He said, I was rolling down Western and seen a white man in a Cadillac." Hey, see, you guys don't know that only pimps had. I mean, it was pimps that had it all on lock. Pimps was in Cadillacs down Western Boulevard, so Johnny Carson was nodding to the game. He was saying, I saw a funny thing today. I saw a white man on Western driving down with a Cadillac." It's like, that's hilarious
Hey,
because
the white people didn't drive Cadillacs.
you see
Only
what I'm
us.
saying? Yeah. Hey,
Only us. Or
it
motherfuckers
was
that
it
wanted to
was
be like us.
incredible, man. The
Shit.
stories, man, the stories, to be able to be a little boy just sucking up all those stories and all them giants coming through the house. I remember my dad had the house in Hollywood Hills, man. And I remember he knocked the wife of one of the Beach Boys, the drummer. And he said he brought her over to the house in Hollywood Hills. And he got the house laid out, man. And I remember being in that house. I remember being in the backyard with a pool, chasing after the lizards and stuff. And I remember everything about it, man. But he said that he had knocked the broad. He say, when the broad came over, she was just amazed. She looking at the house in Hollywood Hills, and she was like, "Oh, well, what do you do?" My dad said he told her he had his robe on and shit, smoking robe on. He said, "Everything and nothing." Oh, Dad, that was pimping.
Everything and nothing.
She
God
said,
damn
"What did you do?" He said, "Everything and nothing." Oh, you're so pimpish, Dad.
it. Man, them was the days, man.
Hey, man. Hey, man. It was them. Hey, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Wow. Some wonderful times, Rosebud, man.
Well, the
Time.
thing about what we saying right now is hopefully it will get back to that, because the experiences that we talking about, these cats don't get to have.
Y'all never
You know,
know.
they don't they know about shit,
Yeah,
but they don't get to experience this goddamn shit.
man.
You know, you don't get to experience a motherfucker in a loud club, and then quiet George coming in, start talking, whispering down there in the motherfucking club, get quiet so they can hear this nigga talk. I'm saying that's some powerful shit.
Yes, sir.
That's some powerful shit, man. Motherfuckers get quiet. You talking while this nigga talking?
Yeah, man.
Hollywood Gene had it like that too.
Yeah, I know Hollywood Gene. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
they all,
Yeah.
man. They was big giant motherfuckers.
Giants. I remember when my dad, cause see, you guys don't know, back there in the day, all the R&B singers and all them jazz and all, they tried to act and be like pimps, right? They wanted to dress
All
like
of them.
pimps. All of them. They wanted to be like pimps because back then it was the pimps that was spotlight. You hear me? All the spotlight, right? So not like you guys here today, just with the media show you all these characters and all that stuff. No, we talking about men that were polished. Back then, Billy Diamond, them guys was playing golf way back then. You know what I'm saying? Way back then. So he knocked Johnny Taylor, the singer, my dad, right? Knocked him for a little broad. He said Johnny Taylor is trying to locate him everywhere, right? So he finally called my dad on the phone, and Johnny Taylor said, "Well, man, why you didn't serve me?" My dad said, "Nigga, when I'm supposed to serve you a musical note, nigga, you's a singer. I'm supposed to serve you a musical
Hey,
note."
hey, man, back in the day, Johnny Taylor had boosters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He had boosters, man. And Johnny Taylor was really, I mean, I heard, I never did nothing with him, but I
Yeah.
heard he was one of the ones that was doing that singing that was really about it.
Right, right. Well, he
Now,
had
I
that
don't
hoe.
know.
Yeah, he had that hoe. I know that, but he didn't have
Yeah.
it no more. My dad put nachos at his door. This is nacho hoe no more. Hey, man, some beautiful times, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, I remember. I'm gonna tell you guys a story. This is not as long ago. And this is a story that Sir Greg. This is probably one of the coldest knockings that I've ever heard in my life before. And this is Sir G. He up out of Minnesota. Sir G. Uh, Sir G. His game was, if he's sweating abroad, y'all see me in American Pimp when I'm sweating abroad down the street and all that. I did that, for to show them what it is, what dudes be doing to try to get out abroad, right? So Greg, how he get out abroad? Whenever he see abroad, he cuss abroad out. You dirty bitch, you ain't no hoe. You scared to fuck with a real pimp and all that. That's how he got it, right? Because his thing was he wanted to be on the broad's mind. Even if she angry, he's on her mind, right? And he don't come up with a bunch of bras like that. So him and Charlie Soft, man, Greg tell me this story, man. They in Hawaii, man, and Greg is trying to get Charlie Soft bottom bra, man, the blonde bra, cutie pie, and everything, man. Charlie Soft is still living today, and Greg too. So this is verifiable. And and I don't have no problem talking about that because I don't got a problem talking about when I first got knocked or second or whatever. So anyway, so Greg tell me, man, he trying to get the broad, and him and Charlie kind of going at it and stuff up in Hawaii. And Greg says, "It's okay, nigga. I'm gonna get you, nigga, one day. I'm gonna get you, nigga." So that's Charlie bottom broad. Charlie ain't worried about it. So I guess several years later, they all in Las Vegas. Charlie Soft got a call on the phone. Ring, 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 ring. So he said Charlie picked up the phone. He said, "Hello?" And Greg said, "Charlie." And when when Charlie heard Greg's voice, he hung up real quick, right? So then Greg called him back. And Charlie picked up the phone, right? He said, "Hello?" He said, "Yeah, nigga, what I tell you, nigga? What I tell you? I told you I was gonna get you for that bitch, nigga, didn't I? Yeah, I got the bitch, nigga. And not only do I got the bitch, I've been fucking the bitch all up in her ass all day long. Yeah, nigga, I've been fucking the bitch all up in there. I knocked you for your bottom, bitch, nigga." And Greg tell me this. Charlie said, "Man, don't do that to me, Greg. You're messing with my ulcers. You're messing with my ulcers."
Hey,
Man,
I don't know if it's the same nigga, but I knew a nigga named Charlie Soft, and he was soft.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say Charlie Soft. I just know the story. I don't know. I just know that
it might be a different nigga.
Yeah, let me just say, man, while I'm talking about other niggas knocking, let me tell you when I got knocked in Hollywood. I had the white broad and I had the Filipino broad, I'm taking them over to get dressed the same in the little leather outfit from the boutiques in Hollywood. I got the little 7'2" drop broad, and I'm really feeling pimpish, young Dre out here having it my way, And I get a phone call. Nigga call me. He say, what's his name? New York, I forget it. New York something. He say, yeah, Dre, man. Yeah, man. I just want to let you know, man. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about that little Filipino bitch, man. Yeah, I got that little Filipino bitch. I said, oh man, pimp then, man, pimp. He said, okay, Dre, man. So right before he hung up the phone, he said, oh, Dre. I said, yeah, man. He said, yeah, I got that blonde bitch too. Oh God, do he do me like that? A double knocking. The way he did me. Oh, Dre. Yeah, I got that blonde bitch too. Oh,
God damn.
See,
that was pretty tough.
Man. Yeah, man. See, that shit gonna let you see, man, if you gonna really, if this shit is for you, man, or you gonna tuck your tail, because this will give you a lining in your stomach messing with this game, man, for real. And I was thinking, man, the broad just told me she loved me. Yeah, man. Just real stories, man. Yeah, I had to take that, man. I got the little blonde black, and I felt real powerful when nigga, you don't ever think you can, nigga, knock this game and whoop. Oh yeah, you feel powerful when you knock somebody back for the broad. But yeah, that was heartburn for sure, man. That was heartburn, man.
Yeah, that was a cold way to let you know it was a double.
The way, oh, Dre. Yeah, man. Yeah, I got that blonde bitch too. Woo-hoo. Hey, man, I was there. I didn't have no broad. Only had a couple dollars. Had to pay my room up, and I messed up. So I had to get out there and get on them bricks, man. and I went on the Hollywood Boulevard, and I saw this Asian broad walking across the street, right? This true story. And Pierre Blakely, rest in peace, up out of Oakland, he was on the other side of the street talking to the broad.
Pierre.
Not crooked, this Pierre Blakely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is not crooked, this Pierre Blakely. So he on the other side talking to the broad. I'm talking to the broad this way. So we both at the broad. I come up with the little broad. So what I did, I took the little money that I had and I took her over there to Beverly Hills, and they have those outside eateries. And I spent my little money we having something to eat, right? And I'm talking to the broad, right? And I turned the broad out in about an hour and set the broad down. Pierre Blakely said, nigga, I've never seen nobody turn a broad out that fast in my life. Set the broad down. I was against the wall. I just got a double knock and I had to go make it happen. I had to go create the impossible, man. So yeah, man, that about an hour, man, and set the broad down, man. I was like, ooh, man, let's go, Dre. Real
hey, you was hungry as a motherfucker, but you just happened to run up on one that was ready to go, and you had the right things to say to send him.
Hey, man, I was against the wall. I was gonna do something. My show wasn't gonna go home about nothing, you know. Yeah, them stories, man. Because you guys love them stories. I used to tell them stories all the time when I was in the feds. Niggas used to come get me, want me to walk the yard. Dre, man, come tell us some of them pimp stories.
Say, man, let me tell you about this Filipino bitch. She was a cool little mother, very, very fucking fine. And my car caught her, my little Gatsby. You know, she fiending on the car. So, you know, the bitch get in the car, I take the bitch to Hollywood. And the bitch said, well, how much money do you want me to make? Now, this is what made me stop having quotas. Because I told the bitch, get me 500. The bitch go out there in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. The bitch calling me talking about she wanted to come in. What the fuck you talking about? You want to come in, bitch? She said, you said get 500. So I sent her back. I let her come in and I sent her back out and told her to get 800. 3-4 hours, the bitch got 800.
Man.
And then the bitch called me talking about she wanted to come in. But the problem with that was when she wanted to come in, she wanted to be with me. Now, bitch, I got to go pimping. I got 4 or 5 other hoes. I can't be sitting up in here with you and you tearing them up on the money tip. I'm getting bought, bitch. Right. So I'm telling this bitch this shit. And so I stopped coming over there that much. But now I'm riding down the track. And the bitch would see me and start chasing the car. Rose, my hockey top. She'd be saying that shit. So now I'm getting tired of this bitch, man. The bitch paying me royally.
Right.
So we go to San Francisco. And I said, if this bitch do this shit up here, I'm going to leave this home. So we get up there. First night. The bitch get whatever amount and it's too early to be calling me, but she did. And I say, bitch, there is no quota. It's time. You got to put time in. 12, 14 hours. Right. Whatever you get in that time. And the bitch, she would get whatever. But I had to leave her, Dre, because she wouldn't stop being needy like that.
Right.
Dre, I'd be in the bathroom shitting.
Right.
And the bitch would open the door. I love the smell of my man. Oh, bitch, you crazy. You fucking crazy.
Right. Oh, man.
No, this baby, you gonna run into some bitches, man.
Hey, you gonna run into some things. Hey, man, I remember, man, look. This is why I still have my white broad, the one that I got back when I first got to the game and got knocked the broad back, right? So now I got her and I got, a few other broads, but I got her and my little Hawaiian broad, right? So it's my Hawaiian broad's birthday. So I take her down to Harry Denton's in Frisco, right? Real nice, plush little spot. So we go there. It's her birthday. We kicking it, right? And so I get a phone call, right? So a couple hours, and we kicking it, right? So I get a phone call from my white broad. Yeah, okay, checking in. Yeah. Okay, what the trap look like? Oh, I got about, I think she said 1,500. It was under $2,000, but it was all 1,500. And I said, okay, cool. So I get off the phone. The little Hawaiian broad, she was Hawaiian, Chinese, and Samoan. That she was feisty. Always got problems. Anyway, she said, I'm ready to go. I said, go where? We at the nicest spot? No, I'm ready to go to work. I gotta go get me some money. I said, bro, what is wrong with you? No, this bitch ain't gonna be out there out trapping me. Bitch, it's your birthday. I'm ready to go. I'm like, okay, bitch, this the kind of shit y'all don't understand. The broad was so like, ain't nobody gonna make more money than me. I'm over here having the broad's birthday. We having a fun time. It's just me and her, and the white broad call in with 1,500, wasn't a whole bunch. And this broad say, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go get some money. A bitch ain't gonna be out trapping me. And this what I dealt
Dre,
with.
you can't be mad at that bitch because she thought it was more fun to be paying you than to just be with you.
You feel me?
She thought would be hella fun to go out there and pay your motherfucking
Hey
ass.
man, I'm just saying, niggas would never
Nigga
understand
get
what you just said
rewarded
to
for
me.
his pimping, man.
Hey man, just the incredible stuff, man. That hey man, the stories are just phenomenal, man. Let me tell you, man. This is when I'm going to Canada, right? And you know, it's my first time going to Canada. This had to be 91. I think it's around 91, right? So I go up there by myself because I had just got knocked off over there in Vegas. I had bought me a new little Jag and new Drew Wells, and I'm doing good. And I knock a young broad up out of Canada. She was on vacation with her daddy, and she was so fine. One of the finest broads I ever had, really. Egyptian broad, just brown skin, beautiful hair, body, just beautiful, right? So I knocked a little old broad, right? Well, my little broad got up underneath her, brought her to me, and I knocked a little broad, right? So at any rate, got in some issue over there in Vegas, lost all my shit, right? They kicked me out on they used to have in Vegas an 8-day kick out. An 8-day kick out, right? They can keep you for 8 days, even though they ain't gonna charge you, but they keep you for 8 days and they kick you out. And so what they found that was unconstitutional. So they don't do that anymore. But back then, they keep you and call it an 8-day kick out. So they gave me an 8-day kick out, but they kept all my stuff under forfeiture. So now I'm back in Washington, in Seattle. I ain't got nothing. I'm over my dad's house. I got my little broad. And I'm like, man, I just lost all this shit. So I go up to Canada, man. And I knock a broad up there, a Yugoslavian broad. She is Canadian, but she's Yugoslavian. And what I realized over in Canada is that there was a drug issue up there, but they didn't look at it like we looked at it down in the United States. It was fashionable to do cocaine and crack and shit up there in Canada in the 90s. Up here, it was like the worst shit in the world, but in Canada, it was some fashionable shit, right? So I knocked the broad, right? So the broad would run off sometime and all this shit, but she had her own little spot and all this kind of stuff, right? So I knocked the little broad. And then after about maybe a month, I said it's time to bring some reinforcements up here. So I brought my bottom broad from Seattle. I brought her up there, right? And man, it wasn't maybe a few weeks that she was up there that we came up with the big lick. You know what I'm saying? I was able to go back to the States, replace everything I lost. You know what I'm saying? Double, bought me the wide body AMG, bought my broad, the Jaguar, bought us both minks out of Papa's furs. And that's just how the life is. That's how the game is. It'll test you. It'll
Chicken
test
one day
your
and
ass.
feathers the next. Goddamn it!
Man, it'll test your ass, man. I could have just stopped right then, but I just kept it moving, man. And I had to believe in me and believe in what I was trying to do. And I just came right back bigger and better, man. And that's how the game be a lot of times, man. Yeah. You go through them ups and downs and it create that lining in that stomach to see if you're gonna be everything you're gonna be. You can't go run, sell no drugs. You can't go do any of that.
You
Whenever
gotta
you
stay
decide to
down.
be in this game, you got to stay down, man. If you go run, sell drugs, you done eliminated your career in this game.
Yeah.
Because a whole bunch of dope boys try to get into the game after they done got money and try to act like they got it from this game, and they never ever get the credibility ever. Niggas never look at them like the authentic. But when a cat know you got it off these bricks, out this mud. There's a whole bunch of respect and reverence. Even if you got knocked off, you still don't lose that reverence and that respect because a lot of us done got knocked off.
Especially if you get knocked off and come back.
Yeah, yeah,
Shit.
for
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
In any kind of setback, and your ass come back bigger and better. It just enhances your reputation. They already believed you had it, but now you didn't show it.
Yeah, now you really
Where they can't do nothing but accept it, because most niggas go to, say go to the pen or whatever, and they be through.
They be done.
They be done, man. They ain't got it when they come back out, man. So, I tip my hat to you and Schauntte, several motherfuckers that I fuck with. Yeah. I used to fucking judge myself by how well I fucked with niggas that's been in the pen, because I never went.
And you was blessed.
Well, yeah, I'm blessed, but I thought it was like a negative. Nigga ain't really been charged or tested. That's why I fucked with all them niggas, Maurice, all them niggas. Nigga, what?
Yeah, for real. So look, what did this do for us? You guys might be thinking, what did it do, right? Well, you know how people go to Ivy League universities and they go get the education and all that stuff. This was our Ivy League university. You guys know that I've lectured. I've lectured at universities and all this kind of stuff, right? And outplay the professors at the schools that I go and lecture at, because there's some things that we have learned through our experiences that you could never learn from a book. You could never learn it from a book. You could learn outside stuff, right? Not the interior stuff, because the interior stuff depends upon the man that you are, the stomach that you got, how you survive, how you bounce back. Can you take it? See, that's the stuff that you can't learn from the book. That's something that you got to experience. It's got to be in you. It's something that got to be in you. So what it does is it sets you up for anything you ever choose to want to do in life, right? And then whatever you choose to do in life, you bring all that seasoning that you learned up out of them trenches and out of them streets. Just like when I was fighting police accountability and people were wondering, man, how you ain't affected? They just killed your brother and you being there all poised. Because I've been in situations where my life was on the line before, that I had to maintain a sense of poise in order to survive, right? So that's transferable. So that little shit, that whatever the law enforcement, whatever that shit, was nothing compared to the struggles on these streets. That shit was easy because I had already been challenged on these bricks and on these streets and had many different scenarios that you had to use your mind to maneuver through. And it developed your mind. It developed the way you think and you reason about things. It's Ivy League school, right?
Yeah,
It's Ivy League.
Well, what you get as far as what we got the ability to take any one situation and see it 300 different ways in a nanosecond. And we have the ability to choose whichever one of those ways we choose, and all within this nanosecond, we're going to figure out how to use it for our benefit. Now, the thing about that is you never know you got that unless you get challenged.
Please believe.
And what better challenge is your freedom or your life is on the line, which is what we always faced. That was the challenge. If you fuck up over here, the nigga gonna shoot you. If you fuck up over there, the motherfucking police gonna put you in jail forever. If you fuck up, all kind of shit. But we stood it, Drake.
Yeah.
Every single time. And each time we stood it, it was from some shit we thought instantly. And that's what it does for us. It makes you a computer. Your ass is not going through none of the what ifs. You're going to go through what time it is, and you're going to deal with whatever you think.
Hollywood the Gent said, if ism go to the pen and the man change when he get out, do you blame him? Is my question. Let me tell you this, man. I've often had people ask me, why didn't I go back? Right? And I tell them I probably would have went back if I didn't reach the pinnacle of the game. There was nowhere for me to go. I had conquered. I had did everything I wanted to do in the game. Whatever the big houses, I had the mansions. Jewelry, car, I had so much clothes and jewelry I don't even wear. Stuff that tags on them, shoes, I had everything, man. I didn't have any want of anything, right? Where else could I go as far as the game was concerned, the pimp game, right? So when I got out, I'm looking for something else to conquer, something else that challenges me because I felt if I would have went back, I would have went backwards. And then I felt it would have made me a coward because I would have went back to try to do something that I've already conquered because I was scared to go try to conquer some new territory and new ground. So it was a challenge to me. It was a challenge to me, right? That there was something else out there that I was going to utilize this information through and I was going to win at it, which I did, which you guys see the evidence of that. So, no, I don't necessarily uh, 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 blame anybody. People have choices. But I can be honest with you. Had I not done everything I wanted to do in the game, yeah, 9 times out of 10, I probably would have been back in the game until I achieved what I wanted to achieve. You
See,
know?
that's something that the game actually does for you, make you have the proper perspective of what's going on if you really want to rise. Because see, I never even went to the goddamn pen, but that's why I could only imagine, different shit. Not that I think I got punk in me. It's just a shit. Who knows how a motherfucker would act? It's some real shit going on in them pens. So to compensate, I fucked with all them rowdy motherfuckers. All that got me and fuck you, fuck what you talking about, blah, blah, blah. You gotta bring some ass to get some. Sure can't get nothing from way over there. I'm like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I never really wanted to have no motherfucking fight.
Right.
So see, that shit used to bother me, man. That's why you might not know this about me, but at a point I was like always starting shit.
Mm-hmm.
They used to call me start shit bud. Shitty ass motherfucking bud. You gonna start some fucking shit. Because them niggas would talk like they thought whoever listening is punks.
Mm-hmm.
Until I realized, nigga, if you are listening, you are a fucking punk.
Mm-hmm.
and this was early in my career. But if I wouldn't have really realized and accept that, I'd have been going for what them niggas was selling, which would make me a motherfucking punk.
Yeah.
So I quit caring about that shit, and it didn't matter anyway, because
Yeah.
nigga wasn't no punk.
Sure.
But everything is so important in the damn game, man. You just don't want no the wrong jacket.
You sure don't, because you won't get it off you, partner. Ain't nobody gonna trust you. when I when I was going to the pen, my father told me, he said, Andre, I want you to be careful. I want you to understand that those places test your finesse. They test your finesse, right? So when I went to the pen, they sent me from Las Vegas to Tucson, Arizona. From Tucson, Arizona, they sent me to Victorville. They had just opened up Victorville prison, all cement prison, to open up Victorville. And people always ask, did you have some issues? I had a couple little issues. Um, when I went to Victorville, when I went to Tucson, Arizona, there was a guy who was, gang affiliated. And, I'm coming in there with a big reputation. So people don't like you anyway, and they want to try to challenge you or whatever. And I kicked it with somebody named BR. His name is Border Rap up out of LA. Reputable cat in that field, right? He loved me because he knew my Uncle Tony because they had did time together in Soledad and some other prisons because I told you my uncle, had did those 20 years and went through all the hardest prisons, part of that BGF and all that stuff, right? Black Guerrilla Family. So he loved me, loved my family. So we just kicked it on the yard all the time. And one time BR told me, he said, man, Dre, you got to be careful because people will despise you because of your beauty, who you are inside, right? And so dude that didn't like me was his partner. They knew each other. So dude really didn't really say too much to me, but I knew, when somebody don't like you. So when they sent BR to Victorville, they sent him first. This gave old boy an opportunity to say what he wanted to say to me. So he said, man, you ain't nothing but a bitch. Right? So I said to him, I said, I said, look, man, maybe if you was a peer of mine, somebody that I looked up to, maybe you saying what you're saying might have some significance to me, but you're not a peer of mine. It means nothing to me, right? I said, but if you're going to approach me to try to do me some harm, of course I'm going to defend myself. But I want to let you know you saying whatever you want to say doesn't have any bearings upon me because you're not a peer of mine. And that's probably as far as that went. Didn't go no further than that, right? So them places will test your finesse. What the average guy probably would have did because he's controlled by his emotions is there would have been a situation. The only way there would have been a situation if somebody came to do me some harm, but if somebody said something to me, I've never been the kind of guy that is going to allow somebody saying something to me to move me because you make the person that has made you react big. Even if they weren't big, you done made them big.
Bigger than
So I
you.
wouldn't tell a nigga, who are you, nigga? I don't even fuck with niggas like you on the street. So what you say out of your mouth gonna get a movement or some type of emotional response from a nigga like me? The shit that I done did in my life, just any nigga saying anything could move me? No, nigga. Any nigga can't move me. It's gonna have to be a nigga that I got much respect for, that I even allow to speak into my life. Can't just throw any nigga. And that's how I was on the streets. That's how I am to this day. Do you know how many people said shit about me to this day? How many motherfuckers don't like me? And I'd be like,
And how many times you ride by your motherfucking self?
yeah. Like, nigga, please, get in line if you don't like me.
When you get to this level, it's a lonely life sometimes.
Look, man, nigga, you don't like me, get in line, nigga. I'm gonna keep doing stuff to make you not like me, nigga, because you're really
That's
uncomfortable
why
with
you don't
yourself.
like me, because you hate what I do.
And nigga, listen, nigga, the one thing about it, nigga, is nigga, you can't get my attention, nigga. This for the bitch, nigga. You want my attention, I can't give it to you, nigga. I'm not gonna give you my attention. You want it so bad. You doing everything in the world to get my attention. If Dre just listened to me, if he just give me some action, anything, nigga, you can't have my attention, nigga. No, nigga, I don't check shitty money, never have, nigga.
Hey, Dre, and another thing you could check is 9 out of 10 times a motherfucker saying some shit like that is at least 10 feet away from you. So, what in my mind, I know if a nigga finna, want to really do something, he got to be close enough to do it.
Yeah.
Saying whatever the fuck from way over there ain't gonna make me come over there to you.
Right.
As you approach me, the closer
Right.
you get, I know if you get too close, I'm gonna have to take my position. And my thing was to always see that, where that nigga is, and if he's standing over there talking shit, he ain't getting no rise out of me. But some of them niggas say something, and you say something back, they take 2 steps, come closer, shit like that. I ain't going for that.
Nigga, I'm not about to say nothing to a nigga. Listen, because I have an advantage over motherfucker. Look at me, oh, he pretty boy with all this kind of shit or whatever, and they think what they want to think, but they don't know, right? They don't know. You don't know. You don't know nothing about me. I'm at an advantage. You can shoot your shot. I'm not about to come and try to, you know, that's not the hat that I wear, nigga. I don't wear that hat, nigga. I don't, nigga.
You ain't got shit to prove.
I don't wear that hat. Them niggas is insecure, so them niggas walking around trying to show somebody that they somebody. My life will reflect that. I don't wear that hat. But I'm saying why a nigga is thinking about beating you up because I don't wear that hat, I'm gonna think about killing you if I go there, right? Because I don't wear that hat, and the only thing I know to do is defend myself, and I will. So it would be a defensive posture, not an offensive posture, because I don't like you. There's a whole bunch of niggas that don't like me. It's so laughable. It's just so laughable. Has it stopped me in any kind of way? Has it moved and changed anything? Your dislike? What has it done? Nothing. It has just penetrated your own life, nigga. I don't like him for whatever the reason, nigga. You can think of a million motherfucking reasons, but has it stopped anything that I'm doing? Nothing, man. You just wasting your goddamn time. Po thing. My little brother, rest in peace. That was his line. He used to say, po thing. Po thing. That's what I say to niggas. Po thing.
Dre, they got a lot of questions in here, man. Do you answer
Let's
them
go.
before?
Let's see what they talking about then. You see something?
Well, I see this cat, Frank E, saying, how can I know if she's interested in me or just being
Okay,
friendly?
let me put them up there. Let me put them on the screen. Go ahead, Rosebud.
The rest of that question is, what's the way to
It's on
find
the
out?
screen.
Do I straight up ask her if she's interested? See, this is what I'm trying to get my students to see. All of those questions have answers. But once you get the answer, what good is it going to do you if you're not brave enough to go do it?
Mm.
Because Dre, when we asked a question and they gave us an answer, whether we was brave or not, we had to go do it.
Yeah.
We had to, because you a punk if you don't go do it, and they ain't kicking it with you no more. See, these dudes here, they don't realize the way you learn is through experience, Dre. You
Mm.
can tell me what you say, and somebody else could tell me what they say, but ain't nothing gonna work unless it's what I think and what I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
all gonna represent me. If I say what you have, what you tell me to say, I gotta think like you for the rest of the conversation, or else it ain't gonna match.
Huh man. Huh man.
Hey man, I gotta come from where I'm coming from. That's why when them dudes that I fuck with graduate, they have total control of the conversation.
Sure.
The reason they have that control is because they learned what controlling the conversation involves. You know, talking is not going to control the conversation. Over talking is not going to control the conversation. Engage a person, challenge their thought process, and you're going to have this person is not listening to you. Y'all going to be kicking it. You got to learn how to be engaging.
Yeah. Yeah. And then let me say this. Frank E, he says, how can I know if she's interested in me or just being friendly? What's the way to find out? Do I straight up ask her if she's interested or try to exchange phone numbers? Let me give you something, man. Because see, I feel within your conversation the desperation in your voice. And the desperation is your voice devalues you. How can I find out if she's interested in me? That sounds like desperation, right? I
Dre,
don't.
Dre, you know what that is? It is desperation. But what it
Mhm.
really is, this motherfucker just wants some pussy.
Yeah.
And he, you know, he's trying to figure out how to get around all the shit so I can just get the pussy. Dude, the bitch got to get to know you some kind of way before she interested in that shit. My point is get that bullshit off your mind so you can talk to this broad. You can't
Yeah.
you can't talk to her if you just want to fuck her. You ain't gonna talk to her if you got all that kind of bullshit on your mind. If
Mm-hmm.
you want this bitch to like you, you got to do something that dudes don't do anymore, and that's talk to that bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and then let me add to that. How can I know if she's interested in me or just being friendly? Right? Again, there's a sense of desperation. Even if you want to have sex with the broad, you shouldn't feel desperate to do it because that's a turn off. The more you resist, right, the more will persist, right? So there's something that I learned many years ago. It's called the takeaway close. So I used to sell these shop vacs, and I end up being running the company called Silver King when I was around 19 years old, right? And one of the things that they taught us that I learned was called the takeaway close. And this
Exactly.
this is how it goes. Say a person is going to buy a car, right? There's a takeaway close and there's the A and B close, right? I'm gonna give you both of them so I can explain it to you and you could utilize it in life. So she's going to buy a car, right? And she sees, let's say, a BMW, right? So you give her the A and B close. Which one do you want? The red one or the white one? That's the A and B close. The red one or the white one? She hasn't even told you she wanted one, but you've assumed the sale. Which one do you want, the red one or the white one? And if she commits to either one of those, that's closing. That's why they call it a close, the A and B close, right? Or this is the takeaway close. Which one do you want, the red one or the white one? Because the blue one's not available. Which one she gonna want? She gonna want the blue one that's not available, right? That's the takeaway close, right? Because the takeaway close adds value, right? So I met a girl one time and I told this story. We was in the club, cutie pie and everything, right? And I'm talking to her and the club's going to end in about 15, 20 minutes. And I tell her, I said, you know what? I know the club is about to end. And I just want you to know that at the end of the night, ain't no sex going on between you and me. The bro looking at me like, she's looking at me like that's supposed to be my line, right? And I'm telling her, yeah, ain't no sex going on. I just want to let you know that. And she looking at me like this nigga crazy, right? So now all of a sudden, this broad is determined to give me some pussy. No, I'm gonna give this nigga some pussy. He's gonna try to tell me what he ain't gonna do. I done took something away. So when you said, how can I know if she's interested in me? You're losing value because there's a desperation in how do I know if she's interested in me? Right? You going into the situation with devalued. You have to assume that everything about you, whether it is or not, you got to assume that. You have to put that on and you have to be believable. Because if you're not believable, she can't believe you. But if you believable that you are everything that a broad could want, the broad will believe that. Oh, trust me, that's why you see a lot of dudes that might not be green eyes and light skin and all that shit with fine ass broads. Because in this game, it ain't how cute you are. That shit ain't got nothing to do with this shit. You got to have some game. And because a broad is attracted to what? To a person that have self-esteem about themselves, that believes in themselves. This is an attraction to a female. It ain't even about what a man look like. It's about that he believes so much in himself. She ain't never seen it before, and she can't help
it. The most attractive thing about a man to a woman is
self-confidence.
His ability to show that he is not afraid to be himself.
Ain't no question.
Yeah, if you can really be you and just be comfortable. Because see, everybody put on this persona. And Dre, see, this is another thing the game teaches us. We may have been putting on a persona at one point, but it was very early in our lives because after putting it on, it became us. We never try to go talk to somebody and put on a persona because the persona we have is so devastating that we ain't tripping. That's why things work out for us because we be ourselves. We ain't lying. We ain't fronting. You know, we ain't scared to be sensitive, whatever the fuck words you want to use, because you ain't gonna use it against me. You're gonna need to understand that I'm a full person with the full capacity to have all the feelings and sensitivity that other motherfuckers have. I just happen to be a pimp.
And not only that, we can duplicate ourselves for 1,000,000 years. See, the fake run out. You done presented yourself as something that you're not, and then when you see the broad, you done presented this image of somebody, and then 2 months down the line, you ain't nothing like you presented yourself to be. Then the broad believes you a liar. So that's why broads be in their mind all the time. These men are dogs and they liars and all that because you did lie. You wasn't yourself. Just like Rosebudd said, you wasn't you. You was scared of being you because you didn't think you was valuable enough.
Exactly.
That's really your problem.
That's the real problems, right?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers don't value themselves enough. They don't think shit about this bitch thinking that you should get me dinner and then. Well, nigga, why can't the bitch get you dinner? Right. Why can't you really think that? You know, because what I'm saying, shit, I do whatever I really want to do as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But there's some things I never would do if it's not right. Nigga got to have some value in himself, man. You say that word a lot.
Definitely. See, it's empowering, man. A broad might say to you, you are arrogant. You're just into yourself and all that kind of stuff right there. I've noticed in my life that women especially a lot of beautiful women, are very insecure, right? A woman told me, her name is Linda. Many, many years ago, I was a teenager. I'll never forget it to this day. She says, "You know what, Andre?" She says, "You're conceited." And I thought that was a good thing. I'm conceited. Yeah. She said, "But your dad is convinced. You still are figuring out whether you're handsome or you're nice. Conceit means you're not comfortable with it. You're still trying to figure out whether you are or you're not." She said, "But when you are convinced, you can pass that up and you can put your energy in other areas. You right there because you're not convinced yet." I mean, that changed me. I was 14 years old. And Linda told me that. I remember her beautiful self. Brown skin, long, pretty hair with green eyes. Looked like she had some little Indian in her or something, but fine. I remember her. And I remember her telling me that. Never forgot it. Right? That's where the convincing comes in. I don't want to be conceited and think that that is something. I want to get past that so I can put my energy on other things.
So
You
so
understand?
great. Arrogance. I can't see you being arrogant, but
Mm-hmm.
arrogance. That's somebody that's saying what they want to say or thinking what they want to think because they want to. They
Mm-hmm.
they trying to tell you what their thought is versus show you what could be the correct thought. Confidence is when I can see you responding to any whatever situation with the calmness and explaining for them to accept or not whatever it is y'all talking about. So arrogance and confidence is often confused,
Sure.
mostly by insecure people, people that want to see you as being a know-it-all, a show-off, or whatever, instead of listening to what the fuck you saying.
Mm-hmm.
You may be really saying some real shit.
Right.
But if I'm thinking, man, this nigga ain't shit, whatever you say, I ain't gonna be listening to it.
Right.
Man, and us, we just had it so many ways. We could really be feeling ourselves, and we go into the etc. club, and we see Hollywood Gene, we see Pretty Willie, we see Frank Lang, we see Joe Langford, all these cats. We come down a notch.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think we ain't shit. We come down a notch because we giving respect to these elders that then
Giants.
went
That's right.
through this shit. And the only thing that would really make us feel good is if we walk up and kick it with them and they start talking to us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That means we accepted in this group
Yeah.
because you niggas ain't finna talk to you if
Right.
you ain't accepted. They gonna walk off. Man, them niggas would talk to us and we would feel like we arrived.
Yeah.
We man, them, and they know my name. God
Yes.
damn, man. That shit was bomb.
Hey, let me just say this too, man, because I'm going to touch on what you said about arrogance and confidence. Not only people get it mixed up, but culturally, people see things differently. Let me explain. When I came here and started doing the work here, mostly black people thought I was arrogant. White people understood it as confidence, right? But if black people would have saw a white man doing the same thing I was doing, you would have felt that it was confidence. See? Because there's a sickness in our own people to not give us the credibility that you give somebody that's a white man. You see a white man doing stuff like that, and you just think he is a hell of a fella. But let somebody black doing, you will say, "Oh, he's just into us. He just think he's all that," right? You see, that's a sickness within our people, and that comes a lot from that slave mentality and that mentality of feeling that you're not enough, right? And you get that up out of that mentality. But when you get into this game, you can't survive with that mentality
did
because
did you did you ever think that the people that the black people, did you ever think that they was judging you from your past instead of dealing with
well,
what
I
you're
knew
talking
I knew
about?
that they were judging me. I knew that they were judging me for my past, but because of the things that I would say and what I would do, they only attributed to arrogance and not brilliance,
Because
right?
you're not sharp enough to think like that.
I'm not supposed to think. I told you,
Yeah.
man. My brother's mom and she was in the game and a hell of a person in the game. You know, she made Randy Bosley rich. She made a lot of my dad rich. I mean, she was a hell of a person in this game when she was in it. Of course, she's been saved now in the church over there with TD Jakes and all that. But one time she told me, she said, "You think you smarter than them white people. You ain't smarter than them white people." That's what she told me to my face. But I understood her mentality where she was, because she wouldn't have thought nobody black was smarter than the white people, right? Because that's a sickness within our own people. Our inability to look at ourselves bigger than what they've told you you were. That you can never be greater. You can never think greater, right? But because I didn't believe that, remember, I came out the game. So I had an advantage when I started dealing with law enforcement because I already believed in who I was. So I didn't have the problem of trying to overcome my own inabilities of my mind feeling that I wasn't capable. Like she might have thought I was thinking like her, but I knew I was capable. I knew I had done everything in the game. I knew I had slipped broads up underneath billionaires. I knew with the information I gave them what they was able to do while they was maneuvering with these powerful men in the world. So I already knew what my ability was. But I'm saying she said that to me. That's why I said it's culturally too, because they might look at a Donald Trump and our people salute and praise him. But let a black man do what Donald Trump is doing and see what they say about him. Yes, sir. See what they say. Yeah. So let me go do something real quick. Yeah, man. Let me see if we got some other questions, or we can bring somebody on too.
Can they call in?
Um, they can call in on you if you on your phone. I don't have a phone to call in.
I gotta let me get my Facebook. God damn my battery. Oh no. Let me get my
Rosebud gonna give you guys a number where you can call in.
um okay, now you call in Skype. I need my Skype number. Oh, force no never mind. Let me get Skype on here, bro. 702-605-4721.
Say it again, Rosebud.
702-605-4721.
That's the number you guys should call in. Rosebud getting you guys a number.
Yeah. But Dre, the thing about the way we live and the way what we learn is so important is because we don't learn something just to store it in our mind. It's not we're collecting books. You know, we're not collecting information. Everything we get, we use it right away. And if we have any kind of success at it, it's becoming a part of what we do every day. Come on, man. What's up? Ain't nobody call. Sometimes they motherfucking don't call in.
702-605-4721.
I be liking to talk live to them dudes.
Call in. The number's on the screen.
Drake, but you know, back to the oh shit.
Here
you go. Caller, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening, bud?
I'm good, man. Talk to Dre though, you know.
Oh no, go ahead, bud. What's happening, y'all? I'm here too. Go ahead.
No, I had kind of commented in the comment section, man. My pops had passed in COVID at the end of 2020, and I had joined SW. I don't know if you remember me, but I had sent you a clip of my pops or whatever right before when it happened.
Wasn't you supposed to come back?
I came. You told me to come back the following semester, which was in January. That was the end of 2020, so that was around November. I came back in January. So what I'm trying to, that was the 2021 class, the one that had the most graduates.
Right. Did you graduate?
So, Yeah, I graduated the first time. We the one had the little side course with Jonathan and CK and I them cats.
Oh, okay.
I was helping them how them cats graduate.
So what's up?
But now I was just letting everybody know in the group, man, during that time, that course really got me through that time, bro. And I heard that dude asking that question about the bitch or whatever, and it made me think about it, bro. And I just commented in the section said, "You gonna see if the bitch is into you in the first few actions or first few words of SW."
Hey, you know what, man? People just don't do this, but they need to relax and quit rushing shit. They don't even give shit time to develop. They just think it should be developed right now because they think it. They don't develop whatever they want from this girl. They just think because they spoke, they should get it. No, man. You learned at SWU, there's a way to get it, and we call it disarming her. And you disarm her by not hitting on her. Period. Learn how to talk to her.
Use your environment, man, around you.
Don't give it up, baby. Don't give it up, man. Don't give it up. There is a way.
That's why I called in, man, because little cats like that. I'm 38 years old, man, and before I joined SW, I didn't really have no problem with getting no bitch. But SW taught me some small things that I added to my game, you know what I'm saying, to my arsenal, as Bud would say. You know what I'm saying? But it's a damn sure good school for somebody like that that just called in to ask that question, because you wouldn't have to ask that, bro.
Hey, there you go.
Your first 2 or 3 words, you gonna know if the bitch is into you or not, or whether you need to keep talking to her or not.
All right, that's what's up, man.
That's all I'm gonna give. I don't want to get too much of your school and your court. I'm just, I'm just calling in to represent, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. You be cool. I appreciate that shit, though.
That's beautiful.
Go ahead, Dre.
No, go ahead. Somebody, you guys calling in or what? The number's on the screen. You guys got enough. Here we go.
What's up, caller?
Hey, how you doing, Rosebudd and Andre Taylor?
What's going on?
Darius, extraordinary gent calling out of Chicago.
All right, brother Darius. What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to reiterate on that point y'all made about arrogance and confidence in regards to the disease within our people, in regard to how we see ourselves, because, that really touched me, because I deal with that every day. How people have this perception of you because you see yourself in a greater light, that they try to minimize you mentally, like a psychological warfare in some sense,
Go ahead, Dre.
Yeah, you want to reiterate on it you said, bro?
He made his comment about it, so I mean, you brought that up, so you really know about that more than I do.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure.
I was just saying, like I was saying, I really appreciate that y'all brought that perspective.
Oh, that's what's up.
I believe that was real essential versus, I mean, we hear about how to communicate with bras and everything, but I think more important for the black male, from somebody who's 39 years old, that we really have to understand the challenges that we face with in this society, in terms of how the black man views himself and life in general, from a universal aspect.
Hey, bro, I don't mean to cut you off, but you said you have to deal with that judgment type shit every day. How?
Well, whether it's socially, whether where I work.
I know. Give me some examples.
For example, I might live in a neighborhood where it's predominantly black, but it's like amongst my own. I just I don't think like the people within my environment. I don't think that I should have a place of lower stature. I feel that I believe that I'm built. I can accomplish anything in the world. There's no limitations in regards to how far I could go in life. If that makes any sense.
That makes plenty of sense. But what don't make sense is what does that have to do with people thinking shit?
No, because it's like I get these projections amongst people when
are you making those projections or they are making them?
No. I get these type of reactions from people that
you got a cash app, Rosebudd?
Do what?
Like
you got a cash app?
Yeah, I got cash app.
I need to put it in the I need to put it in there.
Encounters with individuals where they project like
just text it to me.
Rosebudd 68 bitter dose.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. You with me, Rosebudd?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, man, but I was talking to Dre too. So, but the thing is, it sounds to me that you are projecting these things, or you're thinking people think that.
No, I'm not thinking that this is what people think. I'm just giving you an example of like the feedback that I receive from others. Like I don't get the positive reactions that most would get, you know what I'm saying, due to.
But how do you know most would get it? What makes you say that?
For example, like, I might be in a neighborhood and certain people would just respond to like certain individuals in a positive sense, even though they're not positive, if that makes any sense. But here it is, I'm doing, I'm investing my time and I'm thinking with a positive perspective. But yet I would get opposed in every sense of the word just due to me being my natural self.
You would get opposed verbally, or just they would ignore you?
Verbally.
Is that it right there, bud?
In every sense.
Dollar sign in front of Rosebudd.
And everything else straight?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be in my accomplishments and what I do on my job, Like, I could get praise from white folks, but when it comes amongst my own, I get the haterism, the feedback, the discrediting.
Oh, so you saying something like, let's say you did something at work that was pretty good, and the white people don't have a problem, and that's some good work, man. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
But black people, they won't notice it.
Yeah, they do notice it.
They don't comment on it.
Yeah, they speak condescending towards what I've accomplished.
Anybody could have did that shit, man.
yeah, anybody could have did that.
Okay,
shit,
I see. Hey, bro, I just wanted to really understand what you were saying, but I do understand it now. But what I'm saying to you, and it still sticks out in my mind. Okay. You don't place enough value on you, because what a motherfucker think or what you think they think shouldn't mean shit to you. I mean, unless you just really cared about whatever they thinking. But other than that, they can think what the fuck they want to think. And you certainly shouldn't, oh man, that motherfucker talking condescending to me. You're thinking that, fuck him. That's what you're supposed to think. And keep going with your positive thoughts.
You're right. You're right. And you're definitely right in regards to that. But I don't want to hold you guys up. But
all blessings.
I appreciate y'all and what y'all doing in terms of empowering black men to really, see themselves in a greater light, no matter what area of life that they're in.
There you go, man.
That's what's up.
Real too. I appreciate you, bro.
Love.
Y'all brothers keep up the good work.
All right. Come on, callers. Let's keep it going.
Next caller. Let's go, y'all.
Well, I'll just say.
Have the number? Okay, let me make sure the number back up here again, man.
Call in 702-605.
There you go.
What's up, caller?
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's happening?
I'm from Chicago, and I just want to tell you guys, man, the first thing, like Rosebud, man, I heard about you ever since I was a kid from my dad, man. He'd say, nobody never done it like Rosebud, and then with Gorgeous Dre, I always heard, good things about you. And every time I turn on the TV, man, and then I speak and I hear a lot of things that you just gave out minimum on your channel, and I've worked and kind of listened to things and said things to other people about, things that you said. And man, it's just like the whole thing, like you said, about being a man is everything, living your life right, and everything will submit under you.
Hey, that's really big and important. Living your life right will bring everything to you properly.
Yeah. And I just, you guys have just been such a inspiration to me, man. And it's like, I've changed my life around, man. I, got out the penitentiary or whatever like that. And, I'm a single father with 2 kids, and, and I'm raising them by myself, right? And decided not to go back into the game of, selling dope and any of that, because I know that I'm more important than that.
Hey, man, you gotta make that decision first.
Yeah,
you more important than that shit, because you got 2 kids to raise, bro.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we got another caller, man. Let's see what's up. Caller, you there?
Yeah, man.
Okay, what's happening?
Oh man, I just wanted to tell y'all, appreciate y'all for all the good game y'all throwing out there, man. I'm just sitting back collecting.
Hey, brother.
What I heard.
Brother, you know something? Dre and myself seriously believe if you getting whatever you getting, we doing our job, man, because that's what we want. We want motherfuckers to pick up whatever it is you hear that makes you think whatever you think. We want that.
Well, yeah, y'all definitely putting it out there. Me, I just be trying to get some more knowledge, man, on top of the knowledge that I have. Like, I'm the type of guy that I always want to stay in class, because I came up crazy, without this and without that, father and all that type of stuff. But the ism is what kept me alive, meaning, the game, man. Like it's not even about pimping a hoe and all that type of stuff. It's just being a pimp through life, man. Just looking at things is small.
Bro, it's not about being a pimp through life. It's about being you. 100% you. You ain't no damn pimp. You ain't got to try to act like no pimp, but you do want to be 100% of a man, and that's what it's about, brother. You definitely on the wrong track, but fuck it, you ain't trying to be no pimp. You just manning up.
It's not that. I'm just talking about. I'm talking about the mindset, not no.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but you want to have the mindset of you, and what people don't really realize is that that's the big difference between pimps and every other man. Pimp want to be him. He want to be himself. I don't want to be like Dre. I want to do what Dre doing, but shit, I don't want to do it because I seen him do it. I want to do it because that's what I want to do. I want to be the baddest motherfucker. All right, brother. Hey, look, I got another caller, man. Let me get him.
Take it easy.
All right.
Yes.
Caller, you there?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
All right, what's happening with you?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling, man. I just want to thank y'all, man, for, just like the previous people were saying, just giving this game, man. Because it's very beneficial and insightful. I'm 24, so I'm young than a lot of the people that's been calling, so I'm just soaking it all up.
That's what you need to do, brother. Soak it in. Dre, I don't want to take over these calls.
You ain't taking over. They just, if they ain't answering no questions, they just making statements.
Okay. All right.
For sure, Lee, man. Yeah, just giving thanks, man. Thank y'all, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Okay. I love that shit, Dre. that's what it's about. Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, Rosebud? How you doing, Dre?
I'm good.
Hey, man. My name is. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My name is Andre Blake. I don't know if you know me, Dre. I've been following you for a long time, man. Ever since you come out of the joint.
Yeah.
You took a pause for a minute, and then you came back. And you was educating the people on your faith and how deep you was in it. Just me, following you all this time, man, and I salute you.
Appreciate you.
But what I wanted to ask you was this. How did you organize, people, under the movement, when you was when you was changing that law, how did you organize, people to get people to see that change, that we need to change?
I took white families, black families, Asian families,
Hello?
Samoan families.
Hello?
Can you hear me? What happened to him, bro?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Did you hear my question?
Yeah, we got your question. He answering it.
Can he hear me?
I can't
Dre, can you hear him?
I can hear him, but can he hear me?
Caller, you can't hear Dre?
Hey.
Hello? Dre?
Yeah, hey, tell him to go in the chat, and I'm gonna send him a link.
Again. Call in
Go
again.
into the chat. I'm gonna send the link in the chat. Just come in.
Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Bud? It's Earl.
Earl, what's happening?
Yeah, I just want to thank y'all tonight for touching on being able to control your emotions and your anger. Because I actually graduated SWU, but I graduated real angry behind all the time I wasted in my life. And y'all really just confirmed something that I heard later on today, where it said life is really about becoming a monster or being able to control it. And from what y'all said, I see the fault I have where I was focused on being the monster, but I never focused on being able to control it.
You gotta get that light right.
Say it again.
No, go ahead, bro.
I'm with you, Earl. I ain't got nothing to say. I love it.
Somebody said they can't hear the caller. Speak up.
And about that call that Brother JJ talked about, a caller who was asking how do you tell what the woman wants and all that. I want to say, man, when you mess with somebody like Rosebud or Drake, you learn to be concerned about what you want and not what the woman wants. That's where you mess up from the get-go.
Speak that shit, Earl. That's what's up. Hey, come on, you guys. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I had one question I always wondered, is when I hear y'all kick games, y'all say stuff in regular conversation that people are paying money buying books and going to courses and all this. So I was wondering, like, how much time do you devote to studying in a book where you done learn so much from the street physically?
Well, I don't know about Dre, but I don't really fuck with books too much. I mean, something that I like, I might read it. But it's not much I like because I don't want to steal no ideas. So, if I read something that's good and I start writing a story, I'm going to remember that shit. I don't want to do that. I believe that I've spent at least 60 of my 70 years studying not the streets, but in the streets.
Yeah. So no, go ahead. So for me, man,
have you been the only real topic you ever really studied?
No. I studied Dre, if that's the case. I used to wonder why that nigga looks so coughed. His hair, that nigga, Dre's mustache, little beard, and his hair, looked like that nigga just left the shop all the time. I used to wonder how that nigga do all that. Not how, but why that motherfucker got to be that sharp. But it was all about that's what he feel about himself. Nigga being him. He wasn't showing off. He never knew I thought that. And if he did, he wouldn't have gave a fuck. Because he was just doing what he do. Like he do.
Somebody said the callers, they can't hear the callers for some reason.
That pretty much answer all the questions I had. I appreciate it.
Okay, now, they can't hear the caller.
Yeah. You guys come on live. And then we'll use the calls too. On live.
Yeah, caller.
Hey, how's it going, man? This is Andre again.
Andre, what's up?
All right.
I told Dre, are you in the chat?
I don't know if you heard me the first time or the last time I asked you that question. How did you organize, to get people to pass the law? How did you organize, the people?
Hey, Drake, did you hear him, Drake?
I heard him, but he can't hear when I talk. So tell him I put the link up in the chat so that he can come on live.
Hey, Drake put the link in the chat, man. So you need to go in the chat, click on the link, and you'll be on.
Come on live.
Hold on. All right.
Yeah, the caller, I could hear the callers, but
yeah.
But the people that's in the chat and the people out can't hear the callers for some reason.
Okay, that's because they ain't on your link, I guess.
I don't know, but all of them are saying they can't hear the caller.
So do you want them to still use this number to call in?
Well, if they can't hear it. Okay, hold on. There we go right there.
I'm in.
Dre, there you go, man. We can't see you. We can't see you.
Dre.
Yeah, he's on.
Okay, but he ain't saying shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey. Oh, he there. Okay.
I can't hear.
Go ahead, brother. You on? You on live now?
Dre, he say you on live now, so come on. But evidently he can't hear you still, Dre.
Can you hear me, Andre?
He just asked, can you hear him?
I can't hear him at all, man.
Hey, Bud.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you answer the question, I'll just go back on live and I'll hear the answer there.
Can you hear me, man?
Hello?
Who got their, somebody got their mic muted. I don't.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't
know why dude can't hear me. Oh, he got to unmute himself, man. Tell him he got to unmute himself, Bud.
Hey, dude, you got yourself muted?
No, I can hear you loud and clear, Rosebudd.
I don't know what to tell you, man, because
yeah, we ain't never had to
relay the question back to him, and I'll
okay, what he asking is how did you organize for that political thing you did? How did you organize the people?
Yeah.
What's up, caller?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Can you hey caller, can you hear Dre?
What's up, caller?
Nah, I can't hear Dre.
Oh,
man, that's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Hold on. I think was that you or Dre?
Right now it's me, it's Bud. But
can you hear me now?
Did you hear Dre just now?
Hey.
Nah, what's up, Dre?
Can you hear me?
No, he can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
But I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I mean, I know he, he watching the thing, but I want to go ahead and enroll, man, because I feel like that, like I'm 33, like my whole years of, me growing up, because I didn't really grow up with a father or nothing like that. So it's like I had to go to, older brothers that was cool with me in the streets and, and get the games from them. But now that I made, from a young man watching American Pimp and watching y'all two guys on there, now I'm able to sit back and, talk with y'all and to roll into some programs to get some pointers and stuff like that. That's just what I need to do, man, because I feel like it just ain't clicking for me.
Well, bro, if you want to deal with Sidewalk University, contact me at askrosebud@gmail.com. And if you want to deal with what Dre be kicking, we talk the same shit, but we coming from different perspectives. And you can learn something from both of us. So whichever one, mine is askrosebud@gmail.com. And what's yours, Dre?
Mine's is right on the channel you on. You gotta join. You just gotta join.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play it back and be able to get it.
All right, bro. Appreciate
it. I think we gotta kill the phone because I think it's getting in the way. Because can't nobody hear.
Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bud? What's going on? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. But Dre here too, so
Dre. Yeah, they can't hear me though.
Oh, man. Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. Can't hear me, man.
Dre, your speaker is not off any. No, because I can hear you.
Yeah, and they can hear me on the chat too.
Pretty good, but I can't hear Dre. But all I want to say is, thanks for all the help and all the information y'all put out through the years. I've been following y'all from day one from American Pimp, and well, I just have a couple questions. The way I look at it is that these callers calling in, and if I was calling Donald Trump, I would ask him how to make some money, right? So for the callers that's calling in, you got two masters of the game, and y'all should be having different questions, in my opinion. But that's besides the point. One question I wanted to ask was, I noticed with a lot of the people that from just the videos and stuff that I watched, I noticed that just in general, a lot of guys want to make it be like an offensive game, but I noticed that the guys that I've seen on TV, and the big thing I noticed with them, a lot of people don't talk about, is that when you actually get knocked, and when your girl leaves you for another guy, a lot of guys don't understand. To me, that's when I kind of want to say that's when the game starts. But what do you think?
Well, bro, I mean, I don't trip about that kind of shit. Hey, but what I'm saying is whatever you seeing on TV is people that's doing whatever part they playing, because they playing a part. We don't be playing parts. Somebody get us, we really got. So it ain't like the TV where the dude go home and the next day, fuck that. You got. So however you handle that is what time it is. Me, I'm going on about mine. I know Drake going on about his, because getting knocked is a part of being in the game.
Period. Yeah, after this call, we got to kill the phone because it's messing up the chat and everything.
Okay, let me kill it right now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, I'm going to put the link in here and see if you guys can get on, see if we can hear. Because the phone, for whatever.
I'm going to just kill it. Yeah.
Hey, some people are saying hit the like button. I don't know about just hit the like button, because I guess we have more people in here and not enough likes. It ain't going to cost you nothing to hit the damn like button. Here's the link. Y'all come on, man. So we can see your face. There you go. Let's see what's up. Believe. Can you hear me?
Turn your camera on, Believe.
Yeah, I can hear you good. I can hear you loud and clear.
Everybody can hear me. Okay. Believe, turn your camera on. Go ahead,
Paul. Paul, that's you saying you could hear?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
Can you hear Dre too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay, spit, Paul.
Man, I just wanted to call in.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Dre? What's up, Bud?
You
Now,
fam.
I wanted to thank you, Bud, because, man, I've been noticing more and more just off of the confidence, right? That some things that I don't know why it's an echo, so I'm hearing y'all. I'm pausing because I'm hearing y'all talking from
Oh,
the
we don't
phone.
hear no echo.
Okay.
Your,
All right,
your,
so
your phone or your computer is too loud.
I'm about to put it on my Bluetooth. Anyway, man, this confidence should have had me finding out so much stuff, man. You'll find out some shit that you just don't give a damn no more. As far as I found out, it's so easy to do bad. It's so easy to do, and there's levels to doing bad. So I don't even give a fuck if somebody doing good with or without me. I'ma just do good, and I've been learning that, you know, doing it that way, I'm gonna find out things that can't no book teach me, can't no man teach me, because I'm finding it out
Firsthand.
firsthand, just like
There
that.
you
And I
go,
thank
baby.
you for that, bud.
Yeah, there you go.
Word.
That's what's up. That's what's gonna happen when you get laced with this affidavit that me and Dre got. Shit, you gonna learn, and it's gonna become part of you.
So let me ask Paul. What you say, Paul? Let me say it again, Paul. What you said?
Well,
Did you say no man can teach you?
no, definitely a man can teach me something from
I'm
what
just
he
asking. I'm gonna see
experienced.
where you at because you a student. So I'm you a student. Let me hear where you at. You a student of Bud. So let me hear where you at.
Of course, I can learn from anything. I learn from a motherfucker that don't even know he teaching me something. I
Right.
learn from a damn a seed.
Give me your
You know,
point though.
my point is I can't get what a man can teach me, what experience is going to teach me, because I wasn't hands on with it.
I love that. I mean, I get you. I get you. You're absolutely right about that. I just
Like
want to see where he was at.
the reason why I fuck with you and Bud is because I'm gonna get there quicker.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like I, I talk to a lot of dudes that consider themselves this or that or whatever. But when I talk to y'all two, and I talk to people like Tay, it's certain peculiar people that I know got the real, and they speaking from their heart and they speaking from their experience. They ain't just
Mm-hmm.
telling you old bullshit. And man, every time Bud tell me something and I go do it, it works. Whether it's something practical or something for me, mental, it just
Let me
works.
ask you this. Let me throw a curve in there. Let me throw a curve in there. What if somebody tells you something and it doesn't work in the time that you think it should?
And the time
Does
that
it work?
I may get uh discouraged. I may get uh now I'm trying to find out why is it not working. I'm the
Mm-hmm.
type that I
Because
might get a little
sometimes, let me just say
frustrated.
this, Paul, because sometimes some of the things that are shared with you are not for them to work immediately. They're for you to grow to get to certain levels. Sometimes Bud can give you something. Sometimes I can give you something that is going to work for you immediately. But sometimes what I give you or what Bud may give you is going to take some growth on your part in order for it to work.
You
I
got to
feel
get
that
to
all
it.
the way.
Huh?
Because I feel that all the way. That's why I keep calling in now.
Yeah.
Because he might say something to me that he said to me a year ago, but I've been moving and grooving, and now I see it from a whole nother level.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
that's why I respect my position, because you got however many years of game right there, however many years of game with you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
See,
it's
what we
like,
don't want to do is we don't want to convey a message. It's like my classes are $50. Nothing, right? But
yeah,
what I'm not going to do And what I don't want to do is tell somebody when they come to my class, what I tell them is going to work immediately. It didn't work for me. I got over 30 years in the lifestyle, right? But what I've learned about myself through the information that I've received is that my ability to stay down is the greatest thing about me. And a lot of things have worked because I've stayed down. Some things won't work if you don't stay down.
Nothing can work if you don't stay down.
You got to stay down for it. So I want to encourage all our brothers out there, some sisters out there that might be hearing, that the information for sure works, but it ain't up to you. You don't hold the terms of the time for it to work. Fate holds those terms. The only thing you could do is stay down. And if you stay down, the same thing that is manifested for me, the same thing that is manifested for Bud will manifest for you. But it's the staying down that's going to manifest it.
That's a very important point, because just like what he said is going to manifest for me, just like it manifested for him. You got to understand that that's how people like us think. We start out walking with no bitch, and all we talk about is what we gonna buy. Ain't got no money. But as soon as we catch, we finna get some money.
Yes, sir.
Once we get some money, we gonna do these things we've been dreaming about. Because we weren't dreaming. We were projecting what we gonna be, how we gonna do it. And every dime we got went towards it. Even if we spent it on the bra, getting us something to wear, blah, blah, blah. All that's representation of us and where we going.
Yes.
It makes you think like that. You be so fucking conceited that no one can touch what you think.
Please believe. Please believe. Paul, man, thank you, family, man, for that love and sprinkling, man. I'm proud of you.
And I love you. Proud of you, Paul.
Paul,
stand up
every
time, baby.
Yeah, one. What's up? Doing a good job. Mike, what's up, fam? Remnant in the house.
This is Michael Weston.
Yeah.
Man, a whole lot of great, man. What's good? What's good? Peace.
What's happening?
A whole lot of great. Peace, Dre. Peace, peace, Bud.
Loved one.
What's happening?
Well, man, what I want to ask y'all, what are the most important things you want us to take from? What are the most important things you want to take from competing?
That there's no losers.
Mm-hmm.
When you compete, if I'm competing with Dre, and we don't do this kind of shit, but I'm saying, let's say we was at some players' ball trying to be the player of the year, and I'm competing with him, and he win. I won because I was up on stage. Mm-hmm. I'm getting just as much action as he getting. That trophy ain't gonna do shit for Dre. Dre gonna fuck around, put that trophy in his trunk, and get to kicking it just like I'm gonna be doing with no trophy. That's what I want you to get. You don't lose. You only lose when you don't compete.
All life is built on competition.
Everything.
The scriptures even said, a man sharpens a man like iron sharpens iron, right? So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to get competing mixed up with envy. Envy's a problem, right? Covetousness is a problem. Competing is great. Competition, it's a great thing. It makes both individuals excel to be the best that they can. Both countries excel. China is competing with the United States, with Russia, and everybody's competing. Right now, Dubai is very competitive because they want to have the most beautiful city in the world. They looked at America. They looked at all these other countries, and they want to be known as having the best of everything. They got there through competition. They got there because they were driven to be the best, but they saw others with the best first. And so it gave them a point of reference. They said, okay, this is the best. Well, then we're going to have to outdo that. Do you understand? So that's healthy. Covetousness and envy are dangerous. Covetousness is when you say, I don't want any Benz. I want that nigga's Benz. That's a problem. Get your own Benz. But when you covet, is you want with that I don't want any chain. I want his chain. I don't want any car. I want his car. No, you want your own car and you want it to be better than his. That's competition. So just keep that in mind, fam.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, family. See you in class.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Believe, there you are. What's up, Believe?
I can't hear you.
You're on mute, fam. Did you mute yourself? Think you're muted. Can't hear you. Take the mute off.
Can't hear him.
I know. He'll get back in when he fixes it. JJ, we can't see you. You on? There you go. What's up, fam? You on, JJ? JJ. JJ, you on, man? You on? You on? I don't know what's up. Believe you back. You got your shit working out? Okay, a couple more people, man. Then I'm up out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go too.
Okay, I put the link in there. We do a couple more. I gotta let Rosebud go. It's after 9, and then I'm gonna go too. Well, Black Phoenix Mars, I disagree with you. You want to come on and discuss that point? Competition only exists if both are equal. No two people are alike. There is no competition. Well, I disagree with that. You could be coming up and see somebody that is doing well, and right, you might just be starting off, but you might see them and say, "Man, they've been doing the damn thing, man." And then you feel competitive. They might not be competing against you, but you competing against them, whether they know it or not. So a person, I don't believe that they're equal. What's that?
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you, but we can't see you.
Perfect. Perfect. So shout out Dre. What's going on, y'all?
Hey, what's happening?
Man, just vibing. So I got a quick question on speaking. How did y'all become great speakers? That's one of my biggest questions.
Confidence. Everything derives from confidence, right? It's like you can manifest what you believe in. You can manifest it, but you got to believe in it. But let me tell you the problem. You're going to have to get through everybody not believing in you in order to do it. That's what's going to make you solid. Because if everybody is around cheering you on, right?
Right.
That's not going to be your best you. Everybody around you cheering you. It's when you have adversity, right? It is. My dad used to say that greatness lies on the brink of adversity. So it's the adversity that builds the greatness. So I'm saying you're going to have to believe, even beyond what you feel. You might feel like, I used to have a client, a customer that I was mentoring, and he would say to himself, I ain't going to never be good at talking to no female. I said, well, I might as well stop right now. He said, what you mean, Dre? I said, I can't help if you've already convinced yourself what you could never be. You've already done convinced yourself, and you have mapped your whole life out. And so if you've mapped your whole life out and convinced yourself, why am I here? I said, what I will not allow you to do if you're going to take me on and I'm going to mentor you is you can't speak negative about yourself.
Right.
You got to first start interjecting some positivity about yourself. And every time he called, I would check him if he said anything negative. This space that you're in,
that is so important to do. Because a lot of motherfuckers don't realize it's their thoughts that make you negative. Your thoughts is not the shit you're thinking about. It's the way you're thinking. And if you keep allowing that to happen, you'll never understand thinking positive, because everything you think is negative, and negativity is going to come because that's what you're looking for. If you look for it, you're going to find it. Period.
Yes,
so
indeed.
I'm looking for the positive. I ain't got time to look for the negative. When the negative comes, I'll deal with it. But I sure ain't looking for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, loved one. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Right on. Salute.
You know it. Be cool.
JJ, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I'm back again.
I see you.
I wanted to ask y'all this. When y'all first got out the game, how did y'all program change as far as when you first met a woman? What was like y'all ultimate goal when you met a woman?
When I wasn't, I'm still in the game to this day.
Okay.
I'm just not in the pimp part of the game.
Hey, you left that shit. That shit didn't leave you.
Right. Yeah, I still got the game. I use the game in every area of my life because that's information, it's knowledge. I just don't pimp, right? But I still got the game. So I still do whatever I want to do, right? So when I met Dove, I was no different because the information is what I took with me. You can't unlearn what you done learned.
Yeah.
I can unlearn utilizing what I've utilized. So I was just a man. I was just as honest. I was just as confident as I was when I was actually doing the pimp part of the game, right?
You just focused on something else now.
That's it. That's it. See, what I do, man, is I've learned to be multidimensional. Let me say that. I know people say that really all the time, and they made it kind of really common. But what I do, I'm a strategist. I map out things. I strategize things. Even when I was in the game, I strategize things, right? So now I'm in a different life, right? So now for instance, police accountability. I'm looking at what is it going to take for me to win this shit? What is it going to take? Now here I am, a man that's been on a famous documentary movie called American Pimp, known as the Pimping. Done did Fed Time, so ex-con 2. Now I got to map out how in the world I'm going to beat this system, beat these white folks, beat what has never been beat before. How am I going to strategize? What does it got to look like? So I just happened to be in a situation where my life matched what it was going to take for me to do what I needed to do. What was that? Get success, right? So what did I do? I said, okay, first of all, my circumstance with Dove is proper for what I got to do. Because if I was still pimping, I couldn't have did it. No one would ever listen to me. But the fact that I was able to have that in place, Dove and I, we was married probably around 18, 19 years by that time. So that was aligned, right? Because now white folks and system are going to be able, she is going to be able to be a cover that I am really this. Her speaking, her representing what she looks like, how. So that was a line. That was something necessary for me to go to this next level because the door had to get open. So I had that in line for the door to open. Once the door is open and I speak, I'm going to kill them. They can't stop me. But they would have blocked the door if I didn't have this part aligned. The strategy was all this shit had to be aligned. When I got out, I spoke at treatment centers. I taught there. I spoke at churches. I was on TBN, Trinity Broadcasting Network. What I was doing was strategizing to get my life back, strategizing to get my name back. So all my partners didn't understand what I was doing. They didn't get it. Man, Dre doing all this, woo, 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 woo. But they didn't know I was strategizing how to get my life, my name back. Right? So that's what I did.
Okay. So I was gonna say, what your woman think about it?
What did she think about what?
Yeah, your program that you had after, you know what I'm saying, when you got out the game.
Okay, well,
check this out, bro. Why would you even ask that? Why would you need to ask that?
I got an answer for him.
I know you do. I just want to know what makes him need to ask that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, because I'm a graduate from SW. That was me that called about my pops.
Okay.
Long story short, I've been meeting a lot of women. I might hit a few of them, but I don't keep them a long time, shall I say.
Well,
I don't know if it's
go ahead
because
and answer him, Trey.
I don't know if I'm losing interest or it's just I ain't giving a fuck or my program ain't. I don't know.
Okay, I got something I can throw in there for you.
All right.
Maybe you're losing an interest with the type of girls that you associating with. You surely ain't gonna use no interest with a broad that got something going for her. You ain't gonna lose no interest to a broad that got a college education, that got a job where she making $200,000 a year and got her own shit and her own condo and her own house. You ain't gonna lose no interest with that. The kind of
Right.
bitches you fucking with is why you losing interest.
All right.
But if you elevate to a different kind of broad that you might be afraid of, see, it's easy for you to mess with
Nah,
them little.
it's funny you said that. Okay, it's not that I'm afraid. It's these women today. They so damn independent. When you run your program, they don't want to listen to this shit.
Hey,
So now the truth is coming out.
just you don't pose to try to change the bitch.
Yeah.
You supposed to make that bitch see something in you that she wanna fuck with.
Yeah.
Your plans, your ambitions are all yours. They ain't for her to do, but by you showing her the moves you making, she's gonna want to gravitate toward it. So that's all elevation on your behalf from where you start to where you going with the bitch. You can't be the same way you started 4 months from now. You got to be then learned and done some different shit. Risen.
Dig that.
Let me say this to you, man, JJ. You said something that got me concerned.
Okay.
You said, yeah, it's not that. It's just these women nowadays are so independent and so this, that, and the other. I've never said that one day in my life.
Me either.
Never one day in my life. See, what that lets me know is you have an insecurity about a woman that got her shit together. That's the kind of woman I want.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Right?
looking for.
But you couldn't be looking for it because you've already set a negative in action and you've already said them kind of women are this, that, this way, and the other. See, the reason why I've never said that before is because I have enough information to catch any kind of woman I want. That is not a deterrent for me. I don't care how independent she is. I understand the value of manhood so much that when a woman really understands that she's in the presence of a man, right? All that shit that she got don't mean shit. She want to be with the man. But see, if you haven't been able to be up around that type of woman or have the kind of information to attract that type of woman, it could be something that's very uncomfortable for you. And so the uncomfortability comes out of your mouth and you say, well, those kind of women are independent. That's not what you're really saying. You're saying that you ain't got enough information and game to attract that kind of woman, where she values you as a man more than the shit that she has.
Hey, Dre, what we say, Dre, when we see one of them, man, shit, I'm finna charge, baby.
Ain't no question.
That's the mindset that I have going into it. That I'm finna charge.
That's a problem. You can't see that's a problem?
No, I'm saying what Bud just said that I'm finna.
Yeah, but you don't have that mindset because you ain't got nothing in place to charge her with.
I do have stuff in place.
What?
I got a real estate license. I teach school. I got a business on the side. I just started my clothing brand, and it's just maybe it's the women that I'm meeting.
Okay, wait. Hold. You done mentioned everything that is exterior. So what you did, you put yourself in the position of a trick. Because you think you got to gain the broad with some things. Because you don't understand the power of manhood. You said everything but the most important thing. How much of a man?
Nothing about him.
Nothing about you. All about what you have, like tricks. That's how trick catch broads. You ain't said nothing about the most important thing. You. Because you don't think you're that valuable. That's why you said I got this, that, and the other, all this other kind of stuff. And that ain't nothing to a broad that got all that shit. She want a motherfucking man. That's what she ain't got.
Well,
but you value the man.
Well, if that's the case, I got leadership skills. I'm professional. I got what else?
Ain't no sense in telling us, man. You supposed to show the bitch. Yeah. You ain't finna catch one of us.
Hey, man.
That's why I asked the question that I asked, bro. How was your
You ain't gonna
program?
learn unless you ask. So shit, you
Well,
gotta ask.
Okay, that's why I say, well, how is the program that you run different now versus that you're not in the game no more? When you meet a woman now, what do you want? Like, what do you want from her?
Hey,
No more.
it's different. It's different now because my agenda is different. But as far as what I want is any assistance that's gonna help my school and my overall goals go further. But about wanting something from her, like her money or whatever the fuck, I ain't looking for that kind of shit anymore. So that changed. You know, I used to. I ain't fucking this bitch. She ain't gave me no money. But you know,
Well,
if
that's why
anything really, if anything really changed, you know, nigga just dropped some of those things that was keeping me from being mobile. I was just straight into the pimp frame of mind. If it ain't right, I ain't fucking with it. I still don't fuck with it if it ain't right, but it's different circumstances.
Right. That's why I listed all those things a while ago, because I have something that a woman can't actually help me with. But I guess, like I said, it's the woman I've been meeting, like you said, the caliber of woman that I've been meeting.
So check it out though, JJ. You got whatever you got. So instead of telling her about that goddamn shit, why don't you, if that's the case, figure out something that you need for this particular aspect of your business and tell her about the goddamn, not really tell her, but just start talking about the shit to the goddamn bitch. See what she had. If she is any kind of broad and you talking about something really positive, because I didn't have bitches pay for my next 1,000 books. I didn't have them goddamn pay for my graphics. I mean, it's all kind of shit you can have them do that show you that they about you. But if you ain't got nothing for them to do, that ain't their fault.
Right. Okay, for example, like I said, I do real estate. I met an old school bride, and she offered to pay for my classes or whatever it was to get my license back. And I had the money, so I still didn't take it though. Now, was I wrong for that, or was it
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Why present it when somebody offered the assistance, you gonna reject it?
But are you asking me this am I gonna have to pay you this money back? You didn't say that or not.
Did you ask?
Well, bro, that's for you to find out. You don't want no loan, and you ain't asking for no loan.
Right.
You telling her about what you doing, and you ain't asking her for no help.
Right.
But if you telling her properly, you know, I got this, I got the format, I got everything edited. You know, now it's time for me to take the next step. Maybe 2-3 weeks from now, I'll be able to do it. And what I'm saying is, baby might not want you to wait 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
JJ,
look, I got this for you, woo woo. You know, and because I didn't have it happen, they'll do it. And then you say, look, I get this back to you. No, I just want to help you.
Yeah.
Women want to help a motherfucker that ain't like needy.
Yeah, build your own shit, man. Just stay focused. Right now, you need to just focus on building you, man.
Because you ain't gonna really get nothing because you ain't really got nothing to offer.
Yeah, just stay focused on building you, man. And then when the broad comes,
you got some
let
good
the broad
starts.
see you doing something.
That's the
best advantage you got. Let the broad see you doing. You ain't got to say shit. When the broad comes, let her see you doing. Right? Let her see you doing so you can build value. If the broad comes, see all that shit that you said, that's a good thing. It's just that your mind about it is wrong. You're not doing all that shit to impress this broad. It's not even to catch her. You doing all that because the value of who you are as a man. Forget this broad. That's secondary. Your focus is everything you're doing is for JJ. If the broad happens to benefit by what you're doing, cool. If you don't, cool. But I'm saying you ain't doing it to attract no broad. You ain't doing it to catch no broad. You doing it because that's how valuable you are to yourself. Put you first. You done put all that shit and you done put the broad in front of all that shit you're doing and in front of you. So in the beginning, the relationship is going to be topsy-turvy because the broad going to feel that she is more valuable than you and all that shit that you got. You can never let this broad feel that she is the catch. You got to be the motherfucking catch. And the way you maintain being the catch is you focus on doing something for you, exclusively for you. Fuck that bitch. For you. Right? And when the broad come, when any broad come, the broad gonna see you doing for you.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I tell them all the time, man. You guys need to develop some selfishness and some conceit. You know, selfishness don't mean you don't want nobody else to have it. That's what they made it mean. Selfish mean you're not going to let anything happen to you that's under your control that's bad for you. You're looking out for yourself. You're selfish. But selfish can mean you don't want nobody else to have it. Selfish can mean all kinds of things because English words mean hella things. But if you concede it, it just means can't nobody tell you about you better than you. Who can tell Dre about Dre better than Dre? Of course, somebody that know him might inform him of something that he wasn't thinking about. But I'm saying can't nobody tell him about Dre. Dre know everything it is to know about him, except for what he gonna learn. And he open for that, right?
That's right. Look, man, just simplify it for you. Just focus on you for right now.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about nobody.
I think that's probably my problem, bro, because I really am focused on myself. But like I said, I just finished that course, and I don't want to lose the confidence. So I do be out here shooting at women all the time, but it don't really go nowhere, bro. Like
How
I
you
said,
gonna lose the confidence?
by
Where's that
not
come from?
by not going out and talking to women, just sitting at home or just focusing on me. Not, I still want to balance
Focusing
it out.
on you
don't mean stop
don't
being.
mean that you want to stop talking to no woman.
Focusing on you don't mean stop being social.
No, that don't mean
Focusing
that, bro.
on you means even when you talking to a woman, you thinking about the things that you can say to her that's gonna let her see you into the things that you doing. And it ain't that she can't do it. It's just that you into something. Which, think about it. How many motherfuckers are into something?
You got to compartmentalize is what that means, right? You got to compartmentalize your value over her value. See, today, let me just give you this. It's a little spiritual term, but it'll help you. Somebody said, man, and this is going to help you. Just bring your whole mind. What's I say in my class? Yahushua, who the Christians call Jesus, was asking one of his disciples, "Do you love me?" He says, "Yes, Lord, I love you." Ask him again, "Do you love me?" "Yes, Lord, I love you." Got frustrated. Ask him again, "Do you love me?" "Yes, Lord, I love you." Like, goddamn, I done said at you. You done asked me 3 times. I done told you. But if you understand the original text, there was 3 kind of loves that he talked about. He talked about agape love, which is the love that God has for mankind. He talks about phileo love, which means the love that you have for your brother or for your partner. And then he talked about eros. That's a sexual love, right? That's a chasing after love. So the agape love is how you're supposed to love the bride, the unconditional, like God, right? The phileo love is how you love your partner or your brothers and your sisters. The eros love is selected for the woman to love you, the chasing after love, the value love, right? So what has happened in today's time is all mixed up. Men are loving women eros. They're doing the chasing. You're not supposed to be doing the chasing. You're supposed to be the God. You're supposed to be the God. And if the relationships of love are mixed up, then relationships are the reason America is in the state that it's in right now, where 80% of marriages are ending divorce because the loves are mixed up. All men are chasing, they're eros in women everywhere. Strip clubs, throwing all the money everywhere, online, every eros, not agape. So when I told you to focus on you, I was telling you to operate in agape, a God's love, because you're supposed to be a God in the relationship, right? The scripture says in Psalms, "And ye are gods." So there's supposed to be a sin because the woman needs that kind of love from you. And the man needs the woman to eros him, which makes the relationship equal. When I mean by equal, I mean she's playing her part and you're playing your part. But if you get that shit out of line, the relationship will be topsy-turvy. So you need to focus on you and develop value of self. When she comes in, she understands that there's one person that's more important than her, and that's you. And that's supposed to be like that because that keeps her eros in you. It keeps her chasing. To this day, Dove is that way towards me, and we've been married 25 years this year. Always that. I'm always agape over her, but she's always eros me because as a man, that's what I require. But as a woman, she requires me to be who I am, eros over her. So think about that, right? Focus on you. Let value build in you so that you have no problems when the woman come on board because she already knows her place. She already knows her place right when she comes. So Bud said something real important. He said, man, you focusing on yourself don't mean that you don't socialize. That's not, see, your mind got that shit mixed up. It just means that you are your primary intent. So even when you're talking to the broad, the energy of your value is coming off to her because you are your primary intent. And that energy that's coming off of you to her, guess what? It's convincing her. What is it convincing her? That you are her primary intent. See, you are your primary intent. You're giving it off to the broad so much that that's what she gets. He is the primary intent, and the relationship stays in order as long as you stay in order. But if you out of order, then everything that comes to you is going to be out of order. You know why? Because the broad's going to come and she going to feel that she's the primary intent and not you. And that's why the relationships are the way they are today. Because every broad coming is feeling like, I am the primary intent. I am the catch. I'm the most valuable person. You need me. I'm all this, that, and the other. I've never had that problem because from day one, I give off the energy that I'm the motherfucking primary intent. And bitch, if that makes you feel uncomfortable, make room for the next bitch then.
Dre, I gotta go. I gotta go eat, man.
Nah, man. I that, man. Y'all.
Hey, my dinner got icicles on it. Goddamn it.
I know, huh? Brother and I gotta go. We love y'all, man. Holla back.
Hey, man.
JJ love.
Hey, straight out. See you next Tuesday, bro.
Straight up. Love you, bud. Holla back. One.
You know what? Be cool.
One to the chat. Gone.